Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Stay firm. Sending that right foot back. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I am so glad that you decided to join me today. Today we are in beautiful Montana, so we're going to do a little bit of outdoor flow today. Go ahead and grab your mat and we'll begin. We'll start by finding our mountain pose. Bringing ankles under knees, under hips, picking up the toes. We'll spread them out wide and set them back down. A single roll up towards the ears, roll the shoulders back and down the spine. Finding a mountain pose here. Closing the eyes, we'll take a few deep breaths as we press down through the toes. Beautiful. Stepping the feet a little further apart, we'll move into our happy elephants. Letting the arms swing side to side, lifting the back heel as we turn, waking up the shoulders, the hips, the spine. Slowly letting the arms run out of momentum, coming to rest by our sides. We'll walk the feet all the way in so they touch or pretty well close to touching. With a nice big inhale, reaching tall to the ceiling. Exhale, we'll hinge at the waist, forward fold. Nodding the head, yes. Shaking the head, no. Releasing out the upper body, allowing yourselves to hang. With our next inhale, we'll find a half high, lengthening out through the top of the head, engaging through the core. Exhale, forward fold. With our next inhale, reaching tall to the ceiling. And we'll find our chair pose next. So bending at the waist, sending the hips back behind us, reaching out with the fingertips. Holding here for a breath or two. Good. With our next exhale, softening forward back to our forward fold. Inhale, finding a half high. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reaching tall to the ceiling. Bending at the knees, sending the tailbone back, chair pose. This time, reaching back up towards the ceiling. We'll swan dive the chest forward. Inhale, half high. Exhale, fold. Now, if you'd like, you can heel toe the feet a little further apart, or you can keep them together. We're going to put quite a bit of a bend to both knees, so we can drop our left hand down to the floor in front of us. With a nice big inhale, taking the right arm up to the ceiling, and we'll press down through the right leg. With our next exhale, coming back through center. Wiggling out a little bit through the hips to reset. Moving the right hand out in front of us. Inhale, left arm reaches tall. Pressing down through the left leg. Back through center again. Inhale, half high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching tall to the ceiling. chair pose. Good, and inhale takes us back up to the ceiling, and we'll let the arms drop, wiggling out a little bit through the body. We'll make our way to the top of our mat. Finding a big inhale, reaching us all the way up. Exhale, hinging at the waist, forward fold. Inhale, half high. Exhale to fold. We'll plant the hands down on the mat, stepping or hopping our feet behind us. Finding a plank pose here. Spreading the fingertips out nice and wide, pressing down. We'll shift forward slightly, bringing the elbows into the rib cage, and with an exhale, chaturanga to lower to the floor. Flipping the feet over, pressing through the hands. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale to soften, tucking the toes, pressing up and back to a down dog. Pedaling out however you like here. We'll extend the left leg behind us, circling the ankle out one way and around the other. Taking that left foot, and we'll step it up to the hands. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out here. Pressing down through the toes. With our inhale, we'll find our warrior one. We'll drop the elbows towards the chest, lifting the chest a little higher, taking the eyes up. Inhale, taking the hands back up towards the ceiling. We're going to find a little bit of a bind behind us, so either grabbing for the wrist or the elbow, interlocking the fingers, whatever feels right. With our exhale, we'll soften the chest towards the inside of our front knee. Pressing down through the front foot. Inhale, lifting the chest back up. Releasing the arms, we'll extend them towards the ceiling again. Lengthening out through the left leg, dropping the right heel. So we're nice and stable here. We'll turn the hips towards the top of our mat, and with an exhale, fold forward. We're going to put the bend back into our left leg and then shift even further forward. So we're using mainly that left to lift us back to our warrior one. Good. With our exhale, we'll circle the arms down, framing out our left foot, sending it back behind us to our plank. Shifting forward slightly, chaturanga to lower. Finding our cobra or an up dog. Sending the hips up and back behind us, down dog. Extending the right leg back behind the body. Circle the ankle out one way and around the other. We'll bring that right foot up to the top of the mat. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out. Pressing down through the feet. Inhale, warrior one. Cactusing the elbows, lifting the chest and the eyes a little bit higher. Taking the arms back up, and we'll circle behind us, finding that bind and our counter stretch. With our exhale, softening the chest to the inside of the right foot. Pressing down through the right, undoing the arms, warrior one. With our exhale, we'll release the hands down, framing out the right foot and sending it back behind us. We'll meet in our down dog, however you would like to get there. Walking the hands one step closer in towards the feet, sending the hips up and back behind us. We'll put even more of a bend to the knees, hovering them over the mat and finding a bear pose. Go ahead and drop the knees the rest of the way down to our mat. We'll make our way back and forth between some cats and cows, taking the eyes and the tailbone up, dropping the stomach. Exhale, curling in towards center, arching the spine up towards the sky. Back and forth with the breath. Coming back to our tabletop, we'll walk the hands in towards the body, and we'll take a moment here to sit on the heels. So you can always tuck the toes under to give you a little more space, or you can sit flat and stretch out the fronts or tops of the feet as well. Taking a few deep breaths here. We'll drop our left hand down beside us. With an inhale, taking the right arm up and over, reaching towards the side of the mat. Cartwheeling the arms, placing the right hand down, taking the left up and over. We're going to go back and forth a few times. And back to center. Taking the hands out in front, finding our tabletop. And then we'll take the hands one step further out in front of that. Tucking the toes under and pressing up to a table or to a plank pose. Pressing down through the fingertips. Shifting forward, chaturanga to lower. Inhale to a cobra or an up dog. And we'll send the hips up and back for our down dog. Extending the left leg back behind the body. We'll put a bend to the knee. We're going to find some hip circles with this left knee. Dropping it down towards the mat, taking it out to the side, up and back around, finding some large hip circles here. Coming back to a neutral. And then we'll step that left foot to the top of our mat. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out, pressing down through the feet. Inhale, warrior one. Lifting onto the tippy toes, and we'll rotate open for our warrior two. Adding in a little bit of breath work, we'll move through our dancing warriors, reaching the front hand up and over towards the back of the mat, cartwheeling the arms, back hand comes up towards the front of the mat. Moving with the breath. Coming back to our neutral warrior 2. We'll extend out through the left leg, sending the hips back behind us, reaching out the top of the mat, and softening forward side angle, reaching the right hand really tall to the sky. With an inhale, floating the body back up. Our back hand will come to the back leg, front hand up and over, reaching towards the back of the mat, keeping that front leg straight. And back to a neutral warrior 2. Putting a little extra bend to the front leg by walking the toes out a little further, softening a little lower. Cartwheeling the arms to the top of the mat, framing out the left foot, sending it back, plank pose. Shifting forward, chaturanga to our up dog or cobra. Up and back, down dog. Right leg reaches behind the body. Putting a bend to the knee, and we'll find those hip circles on this side. Softening the knee towards the mat, taking it out towards the side, looping around. Coming back to a neutral. And we'll take that right foot to the top of the mat, full breath in. Even larger breath back out. Pressing through the feet, warrior 1. Lifting onto the tippy toes, rotating open, warrior 2. Adding our breath work again. Front hand comes up and over the body towards the back of the mat. Cartwheeling forward, back hand reaches out the top of the mat. Moving with the breath, nice fluid motions. Back to our neutral warrior 2. Extending out through the right leg, sending the hips back behind us, reaching the right hand out in front, and we'll find our side angle, reaching the left hand tall to the sky. Floating the body back up. Reverse side angle, coming up and over the body, keeping the front leg straight. And forward again, warrior 2. Again, we have an option to walk the front foot out a little further. Soften a little lower in our warrior 2. Cartwheeling the hands forward, framing out our right foot, sending it back behind, plank pose. Holding here for a few breaths. Shifting forward, chaturanga to lower. Inhale to a cobra or an up dog. Sending the hips up and back behind us, down dog. Walking the hands one step closer in towards the feet. Really pressing the hips up and back behind us, down through the heels. Putting quite a bit of a bend to the knees. We'll let them hover over the mat, finding our bear pose. And dropping them the rest of the way down. Taking the knees to the outer edges of the mat, bringing the big toes in till they touch. Left hand will scoot to the center of the mat. With an inhale, we'll take the right arm up. Exhale, thread the right arm through the left side of the body, softening the side of the face and shoulder down. Pressing down through the left hand, unthreading the right, sending it back up, and releasing it down. Right hand scoots to the center of the mat. Inhale, left arm reaches tall, and an exhale brings it through the right side, bringing the shoulder inside of face down. Pressing down through the right, unthreading the left, sending it back up, and releasing it down. We'll bring the knees under the hips again, taking the hands out in front of the shoulders, tucking the toes, sending the hips up and back behind us. We'll bring the hands one step closer towards the feet. Hips go up and back, heels go down. Hands come in, another step, sending the hips up and back, down through the heels. And we'll walk the hands the rest of the way into the body. Inhale, half high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching tall to the ceiling. Exhale, chair pose, bending through the legs, hips behind, reaching tall with the hands. Softening the chest forward, forward fold. Nodding the head yes. Shaking the head no. We can leave the hands down in front of the body, or we can grab for opposite elbows and find a little sway side to side. Coming back through center. Inhale, half high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching tall to the ceiling. Exhale, chair pose. Holding. Inhale, reaching the rest of the way up to the ceiling, wiggling out through the fingers. And we'll bring the arms down beside us. Thank you so very much for joining me for today's class. It is always such a joy and an honor to get to spend this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love and light. Namaste.